I get to talk about one of my favorite set of statistics and one of my favorite graphs. The statistics all taken together are called the FiveNumber Summary. The graph is a box plot. The FiveNumber Summary is a succinct way to describe a quantitative distribution. We do this using 5 position statistics in the distribution. These statistics are in order from smallest to largest: the minimum, the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, and the maximum. Knowing these statistics gives us a pretty good picture of both center and spread in a quantitative distribution. With some practice, we can even discern the shape of the distribution if we know these statistics. I recommend reporting the FiveNumber Summary, the mean, and the standard deviation for any quantitative variable you want to describe. These statistics, taken together, convey much information about the distribution. There is also a variability statistic that can be computed from the FiveNumber Summary. This is the interquartile range. It's the range from the first quartile, Q1, to the third quartile, Q3. That is, it's the range from the 25th percentile to the 75th percentile. So this range encapsulates the middle 50% of the distribution. Along with the range and the standard deviation, the interquartile range can help us understand variability or spread of our data. Let's look at how we can take the FiveNumber Summary and turn it into a picture. This picture is called a box plot. Sometimes it's referred to as a box and whiskers plot. That's because it consists of a box with 2 stems, or whiskers, if you will, protruding from the box. We create a box plot by graphing lines to illustrate the location of the minimum, the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, and the maximum. Sometimes there are data points that are separated from the rest of the data by a significant distance. That's the case in this graph for 2 data points. We call these outliers. When we have outliers, one option is to show them separately and then draw the maximum of the other scores without the outliers as our maximum line. That's what was done for this graph. The box consists of data that are within the interquartile range. This one graph conveys a good bit of information about the responses individuals provided regarding the time they spend in exercise each week. In the main, the range is from 0 to about, say, 12 hours, with a couple of outliers spending quite a bit more time exercising. The middle 50% of the distribution spends between about 3 and 7 hours per week exercising. This is the interquartile range. Approximately 25% of the respondents spend less than 2 hours exercising. There are more statements that I could make, but I hope by now you get the point regarding how much information is conveyed by this one graph. The FiveNumber Summary, the mean, and the standard deviation are my go-to statistics when I want to describe a quantitative variable. The box plot is my go-to graph. I use a histogram if I'm focusing on showing the shape of the distribution, but otherwise I use a box plot. In fact, even when I think a histogram helps me tell my story about the data, I typically add a box plot as well. It's difficult to let go of a good thing.